Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. I'm here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Monday, September 28th, 2020. Before we get started, I want to call attention to my t-shirt, Black Cat. And I also want to pay attention to my own big black fluffy kitty, who I'm trying to, of course, is completely refusing to look at the camera. But this is Glamoween, and he is my glamorous Halloween kitty, who I rescued 15 years ago. And the reason that I'm bringing attention to him and black cats is, okay, he's over it. He's hot. He wants to go. It's Florida, y'all. All he does is stay hot. You might notice all my Halloween things behind me. You know, I understand October 1st isn't for a couple of days, but what's a couple of days between animal lovers? But I am part of the Black Cat Society. It is not an official society. This is actually a cute t-shirt I got from Walmart, but October is Black Cat Awareness Month, and October 27th is Black Cat Day. And the reason that I'm bringing attention to them, I know you guys have commented many, many times that I don't bring forth animal causes and that kind of thing. It's because I always want the conversation and what comes into your awareness to be very positive, very hopeful, very loving, very supportive. And I don't want to get that kind of negativity going in the threads or, you know, in comments or anything. It's not that I am not aware of these things. It's not that I don't do my fair share, maybe and then some, to support animal causes. I do. And I'm certain that you do. You guys are just the lovingest tribe, pack, family, den, flock, herd, school of anybody. I just know it. But during this month of October, I will be mentioning black cats almost every daily reading, in the hopes that you will keep your eyes open for anything that you can do to, in particular, help black cats. They are the least adopted animals, definitely the least adopted cats. When Halloween and October come around, people with their crazy notions and silly, it's silly, y'all. They're just uninformed. They're not bad people, I assume, but they're just uninformed. And if there's anything you can do to rescue a black cat, support black cat causes, please, I'm begging you. The animal allies are begging you. Be part of the Black Cat Society, and let's help them out. Okay, so thank you for listening. Without further ado, let's get going with the Monday, September 28th, 2020 Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading, which cracked me up, y'all. So, you know, Mondays are, some people call them mood days. I call them moan days. They're, you know, it kind of seems like Mondays are the black cat of the, or thought of as the black cat of the week. They're just so, people just, they dread them, right? And it doesn't have to be that way, because if you think about it, new beginnings can be very, very, very exciting, especially when you have a critter like the rhino show up, which is the King of Pentacles, in the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, my award-winning deck that I read from based on Waite. And just some interesting facts about rhino, which really do crack me up. You know, they look big and fierce, but they're the biggest fraidy cats ever. Like, it doesn't take very much to skitter them and scare them, and they go galloping off. Now, a white rhino can weigh 7,700 pounds, so that's a lot of tonnage to go thundering you know, across the African plains and wherever they live. And they can be very fierce when pushed, but really they're kind of big pussycats in their own right. Now, some of the symbolism that's wrapped up with rhino before we get to the tarot card, it's really important to take a look at their tusk in the front, because it goes upward to the sky and it curves a bit, which can bring in crescent moon energy. It definitely, like deer antlers, or you know, even quail with their little pompadour things that they have, anything that extrudes from an animal's head can be thought of as an antenna to the divine. So, interestingly enough, the root chakra is what governs Mondays, which is about foundation and stability and grounding, and the King of Pentacles is all that. But also the moon, it's all about the emotions and how the feels on a Monday. And what is so, you know, because you would think that if a rhino shows up on a Monday, you're like, that's a lot of energy and a lot of strength that I may not want to expend on this Monday. Maybe I'll just have a sippy of my iced tea or my coffee and just ignore him. Don't do that. Here's why. So rhinos, to get out of the heat, they submerge themselves in mud. So today's message may be as simple for you as, you know what, girl, guys, it's time to go get a facial. It's time to go to a spa, get wrapped up in a mud bath, and just lay there and think about all the fabulous things, that are happening to you that you want to happen. Let all the toxins go out with the mud, that it may be just that simple. I don't think so. Although, listen, I grew up in the country. Let me just tell you, some of the best days I ever had were with mud fights with my sister and other friends. I didn't understand it at the time, but once you're covered in Mama Earth and then you get it off of you, it is this feeling of clean that the only way I know of is to go to the ocean. It is miraculous. So even if you've got to buy mud and do it in the privacy of your own home, don't clog your bathtub, but it could really help. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is all about luxury and opulence, which may be why it's a call for you to even just have a mud facial, right? It's time to feel luxurious. It's time to feel opulent. It's time to discover the beautiful things in life. During this pandemic time, it's been really easy for people to get down in the doldrums, and there's this crazy planetary energy going on right now. My gosh, if I've had one person call me and say, am I losing my mind because I'm so exhausted and I can't think and I just don't want to do anything and I just want to tell everybody to off, and I'm like, nope, I'm right there with you. It's not you. It's the planetary energies that are going on, and you've got to, not that you have to fight that, but it's very helpful if you encase yourself almost like in that mud bath, and you just encase yourself from all of those energies and you allow the beauty of things to come to you, because the Knight of Pentacles is a noble guy and he is always in for noble causes. Part of the other reason that I wanted to go ahead and start today with truth be told, I decorated yesterday, y'all. Today's Monday. But it was part of the reason that I wanted to go ahead and bring the black cat thing in today, a couple of days before the 1st of October, because when you talk about noble causes, is saving animals, is there any more noble cause? And just remember, people are animals, okay? No, I don't know that there is. And so understand that when you commit yourself to a noble cause, you are, excuse me, you're going to be able to accomplish it. And there should be, pardon me, y'all, I get all choked up when I talk about animals. You'll notice it. I try to do better, but I'm 54. I haven't gotten any better at it. The thing is a noble cause can be as simple as apologizing. To someone, that might mean the world. I had a client the other day. Honest to goodness, this lady booked a reading because all she wanted to know was if moralistically, karmically, ethically, she was going to be doing the right thing if she brought a medical malpractice suit against a doctor who jacked up. Person made a mistake, it happens, but jacked up a part of her body that she will always have pain in. She will never be able to use again in the way that it was used. Like there's 80% diminished capacity. And I was like, I'm giving you your money back. I'm not doing a reading on that. You're asking for an opinion, not a psychic thing, right? But she was so distraught over this. And I said, well, what makes you so distraught? She said, honestly, the guy wouldn't accept responsibility and apologize. So let's go through this Monday knowing there might be an apology that's due someone. Be noble enough to apologize. There might be an apology that's due to you. Maybe be noble enough to not hold grudges. I don't know what the situation is for you, but that's even just something that you think is that small can literally mean the world to someone and to you, right? Okay. So, the King of Pentacles is just such an inspiration in so many ways. And it definitely is, when you see pentacles, we've got the 5-pointed star, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You know that all the elements, all the directions, everybody's coming in. And that's very powerful. And pentacles are about abundance. And there will be people that will argue that, pentacles are not just about money or about coin. They're about abundance in all ways. And because the 5-pointed star is part of that, I would agree it's about abundance in all ways. And if you are looking for luxury or abundance with money, with finances, this dude is a great helpmate to do that. He's really adaptable, and that's great. The only thing that I find that people have a little bit of a trip up about when it comes to the King of Pentacles in my deck, in the Arc deck, is rhinos are very solitary animals. Males will stay by themselves forever and ever, like old bachelors, until they feel the call to go mate, and they're super territorial. And what that can mean if you are trying to tap into the energy of the pentacles and you've pulled that and it's the rhino, then you might be looking at a call to go ahead and stand on your own 2 feet. Meaning, whatever this is that you want to create, I mean, we don't do anything in a vacuum, right? Every single thing that we do involves other people, involves a chain of events. But really, if you're the kind of person that hasn't been really comfortable with, hey, the buck stops with me, this might be the call that whatever you want to accomplish, Rhino is trying to tell you that. Now, they look like, again, big, fierce animals, but they're herbivores. They don't encroach on other animals. They definitely, they don't go after them unless they're in their territory. But what's so fascinating about them is they love the company of birds. So often when you see video of rhino, or they're in a field, or, on an African, plain somewhere, they're just covered with birds, surrounded with birds. And of course, there's all kind of ecological reasons for that, but they don't seem to mind. It doesn't matter how many birds are on their backs. They just go along, eat their grasses, do their thing. When people get really grounded, when they start using that root chakra to burrow in and get close to Mama Gaia and start to plant all their seeds, they can forget that all divine messages are tied to above, to the divine. Mother Gaia is a divine being, but she's one part of it, and there's a much larger collective. So the bird energy, when you marry that, it's the air energy, the wind beneath your wings energy. I cringe every time I say it, but it's true. Now you're talking about trying to really understand that even how rooted you get, whatever you plant, you've got to send that up and allow it to come back, all the divinity to help grow your garden, whatever that is. And it's a call that you can do that. It's a call that you can fly high but stay grounded. And people have begged me for years, I won't do it, y'all. I ain't doing it. Don't stop asking. I appreciate the confidence, but stop asking. I don't do business coaching. It is a quagmire of drama, and I don't do it. But so if I had a nickel for every person, mostly women, who come to me and they're like, I've wanted to start this own business. I don't have the confidence. I don't do this. I don't do that. Y'all, get a tattoo of Rhino as the King of Pentacles. Sleep with this card under your pillow. Sleep with it. Carry it. Do whatever. But the King of Pentacles in the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck teaches you that you can be solid and stable, and you don't have to be afraid of success, and you can go for it, and you will be okay on your own. Again, you're never on your own, obviously, but being the boss, being the leader, being the big kahuna, being the rhino, right? Okay. So, excuse me. Also, there's a thing about stamina and virility that come with rhino. I mean, these guys are the Energizer bunny. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going, and for all of their girth, goodness, how they can just stay on doing what they're doing. But they're also very smart, and when things get too hot, too darn hot, it's too darn. Sorry, y'all, I was in show business for a long time. Everything reminds me of a song. They go and they get in the mud and they submerge. And so it's really important, if you are starting your own thing, and it doesn't have to be a business, it could be a family, it could be anything. But if you are starting your own thing, take some time and be very clear when it's too hot. You need to back off and cool off for a while. Okay, so let's just say that Rhino has focused as your spirit animal today. And for those of you that don't know the difference between a spirit totem and power animal, check below in the notes. The video to the difference between those is there. So I won't go into it now. But if Rhino is your spirit animal, it really is about having laser sharp sight. Rhinos have really, really good eyesight, strangely enough. And with their horn, it's kind of all it's kind of always reminded me, well, all horns do really, of the laser pointers that people make their cats crazy with. So it kind of like an elder wand from Harry Potter. You can just direct that horn or that, whatever in the area you want to go. And it's like a pyramid. All of the energy gathers from the bottom and it goes right out that point, and it is so powerful. So if you think today Rhino has shown up for you as a spirit animal, it might be time to say, "Focus, Sensei, focus," and gather your energy and focus it in the area that is most important to you, and then let the King of Pentacles and Rhino just take you there. Um, if Rhino is your totem animal, you're like me. The world is too people-y. I like to spend as much time alone as possible. Um, Not that I don't love y'all, I do. But listen, I look like an extrovert. But truth be told about Bernadette, here's a secret. I'm really an introvert. Truly, I am the most socially awkward person on the planet. You get me in a group of people, and I'm like, I say the stupidest things, I do the stupidest things, and finally I just roll my eyes and I disappear. It's crazy. Crazy but true. So, but you might be a peacemaker because really at their core, it really is kind of like I'm a rhino. I look big and fierce and tough and whatever, but really kind of timid. And so I tend to want to play oftentimes the peacemaker. And that is, if you're a totem person, a rhino totem person, then you are a peacemaker and you're very good with spending time on your own. And you've got this internal battery that's just so strong. You help rock the world. You help set such a great example for other people to have enough confidence to be solitary, to sit in quiet, to be with their own thoughts. God love you. Now, if you want to invoke Rhino as your power animal, woo! Okay, do it, but be aware you may have 7,700 pounds of force coming behind that, and you may need every bit of that. Don't know. Don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Don't know why you want to invoke or unite with the Rhino that's inside of you. And I would say that it's going to be about passion and virility and stamina when you need that extra oomph to get you through the hard parts, to get you through the heaviness. You just put your horn down, donk, 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 and you go on. So I hope that has been very helpful to you. I thank you for watching. I hope that you subscribe, click the notifications button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you don't have your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, but you love animals, you want to connect more with their energy, you want to learn to use them in your readings for your own daily readings, your own inspiration, healing for other people, for yourself, oh my gosh, animal energy is just a great helpmate. So, all of that said, what's the most important thing, everyone? Remember, do something for Black cats this month and every month, but especially in October, and stay wild.